Good day and welcome to the Sport Rep Show. I am Jesse Jackson Kauraifa, your host for today. And now for your latest on the hit list. In an effort to empower women's football on the continent, the Confederation of African Football (CAF) has thrown a spanner in the works for football clubs by making it mandatory for them to have women's team in order to participate in the 2023-24 Champions League and Confederations Cup competitions. CAF has set a deadline of 30 June for clubs to comply with the new requirement, which Stars are allegedly considering to fulfill. Stars director Solomon Haid dismissed this rumor, however, stating that they do not want to speak solely about one requirement set by CAF for competition eligibility. He emphasized that there are several other requirements that need to be met as well. However, Haid did not confirm that club is actively working to acquire a women's team and is making good progress in that specific requirement. The third Bank Windhoek Football League match day will be played on Saturday at the Windhoek at the Cohen Football Club. The league has 18 registered teams and this round is the biggest to date. Sport Club Windhoek has registered 12 teams while Swakopmund Football Club has registered 3 and Cohen Football Club are sending in 2 teams as they hunt for points. In the National League A, CFC 1 are currently at the top with 18 points, as Caviar 1 are in second place with 13 points, followed by the reserve teams of CFC 1 and CFC 1, who are third place with the same number of points. Todd Parker has always been a sports person at heart. He grew up playing many ball sports, but when it all changed when he started playing golf about 4 years ago, when he felt a passion he has not experienced for any other sport. This year, Parker became the first junior golf athlete to receive national colors for both junior and senior men's golf. Parker has consistently strived to gain recognition in the golfing world, an important factor in being scouted by colleges' coaches. On Tuesday, Parker left for the MCB Indian Ocean Open in Mauritius. He said the tournament has been a top priority this year and he has spent hours mentally preparing himself for it. We will now visit the marketplace before the hit list continues. Stay tuned. Life Fighters Football Club will host their annual award ceremony on Saturday, 1 July. The club announced. Spokesperson Terry Uyamba recorded this message and has more for us.
Yes, my name is Terry Uyamba, the Commercial Director of Life Fighters Football Club. Definitely we want to call upon all the sympathizers, all the supporters of Life Fighters across the globe, because on the 1st of July 2023 here in Oshuarongo at Dego Sign Hall, we'll be hosting our first ever award ceremony to celebrate the players for a great season that they come around with. I think us ending third in the top tier league and obviously being the first team in the region, that has a lot of significance of meaning to us. So we want to call upon all the supporters, all the sympathizers to put on their purple attires and join us as we come and celebrate the players and the technical team for the great work that they have done during the season. And definitely as well, we will be announcing. There are so many things that we'll be announcing on the day. We'll be looking at announcing as well a few things that are awaiting the public there. So we'll call you all, come one, come all, wear your purple attire. Let us come and support the team. Let me see.
The Game Changer is up next. Please stay tuned after the break. Our game changer for this week is Dante Beekers, who will be representing Namibia at the World Chess Championships in Belgrade in July. This video was adapted from our popular program Smell the Coffee. Enjoy.
They say chess is not for the faint-hearted as it absorbs a person entirely. And today we're speaking all about chess, and I'm joined by Dante Beekers. Hi Dante, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining me. So please do tell our viewers of your full title, because that is something extraordinary.
So I'm an international chess master. That's the second highest title in chess, and it's the highest title that we have in Namibia currently. I'm the only international master in Namibia.
That is amazing. Okay, so tell us about how you got into chess and how long you've been playing.
So I learned how to play chess when I was 7 at my school's chess club. But I would say that I only really got into chess when I was around 9, because that's when I went to a chess academy and I started playing tournaments regularly. And that's really where my career started.
Okay, I see. You know, I've tried to play chess. I can't play chess to save my life. And, you know, as embarrassing as it is to admit on live TV, I do have to say, you know, I have the utmost respect for the fact that you started playing chess at just 7 years old. So what do you enjoy most about chess?
I mean, for me, of course, I enjoy competing. It's fun to travel and to play tournaments. But I appreciate the aesthetic aspects of chess. You know, there's a beauty that only chess players know about, right? Mm-hmm. It's like mathematicians. There's beauty to math that they know. We only see the surface. It's the same with chess.
So is there a correlation to, you know, how you play chess and how you apply that in your everyday life? Because I'm sure there's some things that you pick up playing chess that, you know, you apply in your everyday life.
Yeah. People say there is this correlation. I'm not so convinced. I mean, I haven't seen, well, I don't really know life without chess. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's hard for me to compare. But I mean, I guess there are some skills that are useful in real life, right? Like critical thinking, I mean, planning ahead. Mm-hmm. There's a thing in chess called prophylactic thinking.
Okay.
And well, I mean, I guess the easiest example is like when you don't want to become sick, so you take some prophylactic medicine.
Aha, like before,
yeah.
I see. Oh,
so,
that's
I mean,
quite interesting.
There are some skills that can be applied, but I wouldn't say that it has made such a huge difference in my life.
All right, I see. Okay, so you're representing Namibia in July. Tell us about this championship taking place.
So I'll be playing in the Chess World Cup. So it's a very prestigious event. There'll be more than 50 countries represented. The world champion, well, I think he'll play. I'm actually not sure, but all the top players will be there, and it's a great opportunity for me. I'll also play some tournaments in Europe, like practice tournaments.
Okay.
Just to get, you know, in
rhythm.
Good shape, and so that I can perform at the World Cup in Baku, Azerbaijan.
Okay, that is very interesting. Is there anyone that you're particularly looking forward to playing at the tournament?
Well, I'm kind of seated lower on the
Okay.
knockout bracket, so I'm not going to be playing the guys that I want to be playing. But it's a great opportunity, nevertheless, to play guys who are in the top 100 in the world. So I look forward to it.
So how do you feel about being chosen to participate and to represent your country? I can't imagine that I can only imagine that it's such a huge honor.
Yeah, no, definitely, it's a huge honor and it's a privilege. I mean, this is one of the biggest tournaments on the calendar, and this is the first time a Namibian will be participating. And
Wow.
Actually, 2 years ago, I was a journalist for the tournament, and now I'm actually playing.
Now
it.
you're playing. That is amazing.
It's quite cool, and I'm happy to be representing Namibia there.
Okay. And so finally, how can we ensure we promote chess in our schools, especially?
Yeah, that's a interesting question. I think it's more for the for government and for the NCF body, but for me, I think that it's important to tell the stories of junior chess players, because I mean I'm still a junior player, and chess has given me so much and so many opportunities. I mean I have a chess scholarship in the US now, so there are so many opportunities, and it's about telling our stories. I think that this is important. Beside from the actual logistical things,
Yes.
I think this is an important part.
I mean, because like you're saying, we don't really think that people could go this far with chess. I feel like, as much as I hate to say it, people in a way underestimate chess. They don't think you can really go far with chess. They think of it as more of a hobby. But the fact that you actually get to represent Namibia and now all of a sudden you have a scholarship, that is pretty amazing and shows that chess can take you so far.
Exactly.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Dante, for telling me a little bit about your championships, and thank you so much for joining me today in studio.
No, thank you so much.
Stick around. We'll be back with more Smell the Coffee right after this break.
In the Spotlight program, we have a very popular figure by the name of Olsen Kahiriri. The labor consultant and unionist has ideas as to how football can be transformed next season. Here is the interview with Kahiriri. Mr. Kahiriri, it's a privilege having you here once again with your expertise. What we wanted to know right now is that the season has concluded. I think there has been ups and downs and stuff like that. But what do you think is the way forward?
Yeah, thanks, Jesse, for seeking our indulgence into the football arena. Yes, the league has ended, and a successful one. Fortunately, we have 3 teams coming up to the Premiership. We have also other 3 teams leaving the Premiership. And with this weekend's conclusion of the first division, I think that shows that at least the 2 top tier leagues have concluded their runs, and we now look forward to the conclusions and the start of the next season. And funny enough, important to say is that the members had a meeting over the weekend in respect of discussions on the way forward, in respect of the future of the NPL, or not NPL but the Premier League in the country, as to where they are going to take the football forward. But the most important challenge that they are still left with is they have 15 million on the table, which is not a lot of money that will be able to finance these clubs. The bigger challenge now that they have is 2 of the teams that came to the Premiership is wide, far from the others. It has widened up the gap in terms of traveling, in terms of financial costs to the league, and which is, to me, it's a positive thing, because you want to take the football to various regions.
Various regions.
But in respect of the Premiership, the the traveling has now widened, which means that the cost will increase. We also experienced some challenges in the previous league when clubs were saying that the finances that they were receiving were less. Now the bigger challenge is now the benefit that the clubs must have. You must now understand that this first leg, the teams were playing in a shorter period. It was a double header. It was played over a shorter period than a normal league should be. Now you would have to play the league over 8 to 9 months, 12, 11, let me say around 10 months of active football that you would probably have. And then if you put it in context that every month you must receive benefits to that effect, it will also be a bigger, a larger amount than the short month that the league was playing. And I think the other bigger challenge is how do you move away from the double header? Because double header is not healthy for the players. It's not the ideal way of doing football. That is also in itself is a bigger challenge. And the administration, are you still keeping to the aspect of trying to get bonds from the sponsors? Because at this moment in time, you don't have enough money. So the bigger challenge that they have at this moment in time is to find the finances that will be able to push the league at another extent. I would say if they manage to probably get a 10 million sponsorship to add to the 15 that they have, probably the atmosphere of the league would improve. But the most important aspect is what we get out of the league. What we got out of the league is now the African Star getting to play into the CAF Championship. They have indicated, they have also said that they have registered. So that's a positive point that is coming this season.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kahiri. That was a perfect analysis. That was Commissar Olsen Kahiriri, as they know him. Up next is Le Rugby Joel. Stay tuned after the break.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood, and more sweat, more tears, all your hopes and your dreams. It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends. 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick, being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
Our focus on Lejol today is on the late Gerard Mans. Gerard Mans, born 19 April, that is 1962. He died on the 4th of May. May his soul rest in peace. He was a Namibian rugby union player who was the father of Gerard Mans, who represented Namibia in cycling. Born in Karasburg, a small town in southern Western Africa, now Namibia, Mans attended school in Gobabas and after school moved to Bloemfontein, South Africa for tertiary studies at the University of the Orange Free State. He made his senior provincial debut in South Africa for the Orange Free State in 1982 and in 1985 returned to his home country. In 1987, Mans was appointed captain of Southwest Africa under his leadership. During 1987, Southwest Africa won the B division of the Currie Cup and gained promotion to the A division for the 1988 season. In 1990, Namibia gained independence and consequently withdrew from the South African rugby competitions. Mans was selected as the captain for the first Namibian national side after independence. We will now go for another break, and then it is Globetrotting.
This May, choose brand new. Choose drama and deceit.
I'm very attracted to you. Oh. Would you be interested in having an affair?
Choose fights and fallouts.
I won, and that was right.
I brought the heat. I mean, I'm gonna destroy you.
Choose truth and discovery.
I miss her every day. I see her every day.
Choose fresh shows, series, and original entertainment. This May, choose brand new. Choose DSTV.
The next days are not a measurement of time, but the distance from here to the finish line. For the race you are running, for your kids, your career, your health, your future. Not away, but towards it. While the voice in your head reminds you it won't be easy. But by simply swinging your feet towards the floor, you've taken the first step. Grow for it with Stamino Grow. 5-in-1 supplement available at all leading pharmacies.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with soccer news first. And with all the big tournaments being done, the Champions League and the English Premier League, it is time for the clubs to try and strengthen their squads. So there's a transfer window now, and talk from Paris Saint-Germain is that Kylian Mbappe, the influential striker from France, he might be leaving the club. He still has a year contract, but the club seem to be in negotiations to sell him. It's not sure where he might go to, but there's speculation that it might be Real Madrid. And he will be very expensive. He will cost probably more than 100 million euros for a transfer. And Real Madrid is in the market to acquire a striker. That is because one of their strikers, Karim Benzema, he went to Saudi Arabia. There's also speculation that Harry Kane from Tottenham Hotspur might be linked to Real Madrid, but Manchester United also interested to sign Harry Kane. Paris Saint-Germain at one stage has had 3 of the best strikers in world football, and that was Neymar that played for them. Also it was Mbappe, and then also Lionel Messi. But Lionel Messi also already confirmed that he will play at the English club. He will play in the US Major League, that is Inter Miami. That is where he's going to continue his career. Uncertain what Neymar's plans will be. Also from players in the English Premier League, it is Arsenal that came very close to winning the English Premier League this year. They finished second behind Manchester City, but they seem to be in negotiations to sign Declan Rice. He's a very good player from West Ham. That might also be very expensive. They're talking about 100 million euro plus to sign Declan Rice to Arsenal, but that is still in negotiations. On to cricket news, and the much anticipated Ashes will start on Friday. That is the cricket Ashes between Australia and England. Australia had an impressive win in the Test Championship Series where they beat India, and so they will be probably the favourites, although they're playing all 5 tests in England. News from the England camp is the influential captain Ben Stokes will be fit to play on Friday, but it's uncertain if he will be fit to bat as well. He's of course an all-rounder, one of the best all-rounders in world cricket, and he could be selected just as a batsman, but that will put pressure on the bowlers. Ben Stokes is an important component for England's cricket as captain. Since he took over, England won 11 of their 13 test matches, and before that they only won 1 out of 17 test matches. So it was Ben Stokes that, together with Brendan McCullum, he is the coach of New Zealand, or the New Zealand born, and he played international cricket for New Zealand. Brendan McCullum, the two of them definitely brought a big change to England cricket. So the first test starting on Friday the 16th, that will be at Edgbaston. And continuing international sports news with golf news, and it's South African golfer Ashley Buhai that moved up to number 12 in the world rankings. That was after winning the ShopRite Classic that was on the ladies PGA the past weekend. She was number 16 in the world before the tournament. That's the highest position she's ever had on world rankings and getting closer to the top 10 rankings. Now this
Get real value for your money at WB. Grab 750-gram Ellis Brown Creamer for $41.99. Wake up to 250-gram Recoffee for just $39.99. Get 2-kilogram Real Good Mixed Chicken for $86.99. Stock up with 500-gram Bacomo Cornflakes for $32.99. And grab 1-liter Clover New Mel for just $17.99. Now that's real value at WB. We care.
That is all we had for you today. Sport Rep will be back tomorrow at the same time and place. Goodbye.